All right, everyone. I just did the tap from the tap. I just did that one. You can see it right here at the ground block. And now I'm going to move 50 feet to the D-mark. Okay, so it hits the ground block, and I'm going to pretend that it's 50 feet. And I know we're not inside of a D-mark, but this will be 50 feet from the ground block. And here's the DC. This would be like in the on-cue panel or closet or something like that, right? So I'm going to take this and we're going to check it going in to the DC. And the DC is really important. They basically balance the signal, and they help us get all these signals, because you know, different situations, different signals are required, and to balance it out, the DC really plays a major role in that. So I'm just going to disconnect the DC. I'm going to go to my meter. Again, always everything on the right hand port. This left hand side is only TDR. So we're going to redo. And I already labeled it D-mark when I hit new. So I'm gonna let it do its thing here, and you'll start seeing the channels pop up here in a second. All right, awesome. So here we go. Because we're at the CPE, remember the levels are from +12 to -10. So you can already see everything is failing, and it's pretty high. I mean, that one there, this one is the higher one, channel 5. It's at 21.3. So basically the high signal from the tap has reached the on-cue panel or the D-mark, wherever you are. Again, we failed the tap test, we passed the ground block test, and now we're gonna fail the CPE. I can tell you before it finishes, we're gonna fail. It's a whole lot of red showing up. And you can see it popping up, guys. You don't have to wait for it to finish. When it's doing in progress, you hit details, you can see all the red. That's why it's gonna fail. Okay? And again, this is going in to the DC. Okay? We're gonna balance it out with the DC. I know this is not gonna do it because it's really high, but we're gonna do it at the CPE, and we'll get it to balance out. I just want you guys to see the differences between being at CPE at the panel and being at CPE actually at the CPE. Okay? Oh, let's wait for this. Yeah, you can see all that. That's gonna fail. There it is. It failed. Now it's going to do the cable modem. Again, remember, this right now doesn't mean much. We want to wait for all these goodies on this side to show up. Once this all shows up, then this will change. So be patient and let it do its thing. It's the same thing as like a modem or a box. It has to initialize, lock in, and do all that good stuff. So that's what's happening right here. You can see it right here on this side of the screen. But we have to wait for all these other digits to start popping up here. Oh, I wanted to show you guys something. A lot of people don't understand this. When you go into the HIP V2, it automatically changes your location to standard. Well, no matter where you are, once you hit the HIP V2, you're going to notice that it's going to go to standard mode. That's fine. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay? All right, so cable modem failed. Excuse me. So there it is. All right, we got 30 on the upstream. you can see our ranges on the down and the up. Okay, so this is where a lot of people just haven't practiced it. I guess this screen is doesn't really give us much for troubleshooting. Okay, honestly, look at the data. You go to link, there's all your reds. This is why it's failing. It's pretty straightforward. It's either blue because it's good or it's red because it failed. So far the highest signal here is 19.2. Page 2, 20.1. I'm just pointing out the high ones. Page 3, 19.1. Page 4, 18.8. This is your upstream, guys. If you notice, all of the upstreams are failing. Okay, it's too low at the CPE. It's saying, hey, if you're standing at the CPE, this upstream range is too low. All right, that's all it is. You can see all of the upstream bonded channels right here. Again, you have to hit link. If you're here on this screen, hit link, scroll right here, and scroll through your pages and see the data. Look at the data it's showing you right here. Okay, and the other thing is, right here at the bottom of the screen, once the hip test is done, it'll show you right here 1 of 11 pages. So you have 11 pages of fails, guys. It breaks all of that data down for you, and it shows you exactly why it's failing. Okay, so if you see certain channels failing, you can just go here and look for it here, and look for whatever channel it's and it shows you. All right, so you got various places where you can look. Okay, so there it is. It failed at the CPE with no DC, with nothing. It's a bare line that comes from the ground block. We're gonna do another one, and we're gonna put the DC on it, and we're gonna actually test where the box would be on the next one. So I'm gonna hit next. I'm gonna save it, but I'm gonna save it as CPE, and I'll put bare. I'll just put no DC. That way I know that it's at the CPE. This test was done at the CPE with no DC. So it's a bare line. There you go. And I'll do it here because this one still says DMARC. So I just want to make sure I know. Testing CPE, no DC. Apply, okay, done. Now I'm going to do the next one with an actual DC6.